Okay, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Um, Got a good rest yet again. I don't always have good rest, but I did have good rest this past night. I didn't get to bed till about 1, and it's about 8, so I had about 7 decent hours, I think, somewhere around there. The significance of this day. It's December 11th right now. It's a Wednesday. My money cleared. Um, $6,000 cleared, and that means I have a lot more flexibility in how I go about my life. Um, there's many different directions this could wind up going, but the direction I want it to go is that I get an apartment, um, something in the 650 actually, 650 to like 850 range, and then I get working. Supposedly, they're doing a background check on me yet again from the same company, but this time in Washington instead of California. And I would start orientation in 2 days. I got other job offers. For a lead position is one of them actually, which is nice. I was in that kind of position for the first job I had, for the first warehouse job I had. You know, they call it a team leader back then, but it was basically the same thing where I made decisions and delegated labor, that kind of thing. Um, Lens crafters. My contact prescription is over in 2 days. So that's high on my list, actually. High on my list is to find a lens crafter out here. And so I don't have to pay for another exam at all. It costs something like $99 for a box of contacts. I want to do that. Okay. Um, I've been doing daily wear this last time around, and I could use contacts in the warehouse with daily wear, but with the other one, it's just too hard. The extended wear. So that's another thing I got to do. I had a dream. I had a literal dream that I woke from a little while ago. Last night I was walking at Denny's and I was filming that. It's called Stroll here on the Homer Cocktail 49. And then on the way back, I was going to call it Stroll 2, but I was joking around, because I'm strolling back to the hotel from the Denny's now. I called it Tostisha. It was kind of a joke from late night television from many years ago, and you can go ahead and watch it. I'm not going to put any link in. Some people say I'll put the link, down below or whatever. But I was talking about this funny clip that I saw on the YouTube. This girl was talking about kidnapper Vance, and I had a crush on this girl because she's on the Instagram. She's just a very pretty girl, and puts her life on the Instagram and all this. And she has these YouTube videos, just a couple, a few videos or whatever. And the beginning of one of the videos, she goes, "Oh, there's one of those kidnapper Vans. Keep going." I mentioned that last night in my stroll back to my hotel because I was passing by this large white van that was parked, and there was no windows, and there's an urban myth going around. Okay, urban myth going around, and the urban myth is about don't park next to these. If you're in the parking lot, do not park next to a large white van with no windows because they'll kidnap you. They'll kidnap you and you'll wind up as some kind of slave. There's human trafficking in this world. There's labor and sex, and there's human trafficking. When I was over here, by the way, when I was coming from California to Washington, I was staying at rest stops, and I think it was in Oregon. Where I was using the restroom, And inside the stall, there was a poster, a little, 8.5 by 11 paper on the door that was taped there about human trafficking, and it was about the labor situation. Actually, it says, "Are you here against your will? Call this number," which is funny, but it's a real thing. It's a real thing. But this girl, I was talking to her this morning in the dream, and I was telling her why I left California. We were having this little heart to heart, and we had this little romantic moment. It wasn't like over the top, And then I started walking across the parking lot, and I think I saw the van there. And that's all mentioned about the dream right now. But then I woke to the song, and it wasn't ever one of my favorite songs or anything. You know how you wake in there's a song played in your head. It was Hungry Eyes from the Dirty Dancing soundtrack. And I was like, why was that song in my head? And then I was reading through the lyrics, because, only the chorus was in my head. I was reading through the lyrics after I woke up. I looked them up online. I was like, oh, okay, that makes a little sense. That makes a little sense. But I got my work cut out for me. It's a little after 8. It's actually 8:30 right now. I'm looking at the clock over here. It's about 8:30. And part of me says, pack up right now, seize the day, pull the trigger, drop the blade. That's the lyrics from another song. Watch the rolling heads, the day I try to live, right? But yeah, something tells me, do that. Another thing says, hey, you got this hotel till 11. Kind of take your time. Don't rush it. But right after I woke from that dream, I checked my account, and that's when I saw that the funds cleared. So I have more than $6,000 to work with at this point. I'm going to get a secured credit card. That's also on my list. Rebuild my credit. I used to have amazing credit. Used to have, American Express, and I used to have a lot of stuff. And then, hey man, I've put up hundreds of videos, and I might rehash some of the things, but I don't feel a need to do it right now. So I'm ready. I'm ready, guys. Thank you. Let's look at this view up here and then sign out. Third story view, man. It's not so bad. I'm ready.